Hey there, and welcome to the Winner Method Masterclass. I'm glad you're here because today I'm going to completely transform how you approach men, love, and relationships. So, before we start, let's make sure that you're in the right place. This training is for you if you're ready to attract a man that adores you, matches your effort, and makes you a priority in his life because he knows your value. If that's you, you're in the right place. And if that sounds like the relationship you've been dreaming of, keep listening, sit tight. I promise I'll get you out of here real soon. This training is also for you if you're currently experiencing that men come on strong in the beginning, but his pursuit seems to fizzle out and goes from hot to cold. You often feel like you're the one driving the connection or relationship, trying to move things forward and get him to commit. It's for you if you don't really feel worthy of the kind of man that you truly want. You don't think he's out there or that true love is even possible anymore. This is for you if you overanalyze his words, tone, or even his text messages for hidden meaning, which can lead to mental exhaustion when you're dating. And this is for you if you struggle to fully trust that he's committed, even when he's shown dedication. And believe me, I know I've been through all these spots. And if this sounds like you, the struggle that you're experiencing is not your fault. There's a lot of bad dating and relationship information out there, and some of you guys have been following it. I'm going to give you some tough love here, even though we just met. Some of the bad information you get and have followed is actually from you. Now, I say that with so much compassion and empathy because I've been there. I gave, listened to, believed, and followed through on all my bad advice for years, although I innocently never knew or thought it was bad. Can you relate to this? Let me give you an example. You meet a guy you like. Maybe you met him on a dating app or through friends. He's handsome, has a great career, and he's smart. You seem aligned on values and lifestyles. You start chatting via text, move to talking on the phone. Whoa, he's pretty cool. So you meet in person. The date is nice. He's nice. Who are you kidding? He's great. And he's totally somebody you can see yourself dating. You officially like him. So you start seeing each other. But as time goes by, what started off as thrilling and full of promise quickly fades. The texts become less frequent, the calls stop coming in, and the effort he once put in pretty much disappears. You're left questioning yourself, replaying every moment and wondering if you did something wrong or if you'll ever find someone who stays and wants to be with you. You start wondering, what were you nervous with him? Could he tell you liked him and it turned him off? But isn't that what being feminine is, right? Being sensual and expressing your feelings? Or were you too standoffish? Like that black cat energy that I personally hate so much. And he thought you didn't like him. It's so confusing. Be soft and feminine and be strong and hard to get, but nothing's working. You're even more confused and you just want someone to tell you the truth and share what actually works, which is why you're here. Meanwhile, he's just calm, cool, and relaxed. Sometimes you wonder if men even have access to emotions and they don't get attached. Maybe that's why dating is so easy for them, right? They never get emotionally involved, and so that's what makes them so unbothered, but leaves you feeling unloved, unwanted, and frankly, kind of scared to get into a relationship because you fear he won't fully love you as much as you love him. And it seems like it's so easy for men to just move on to the next woman. Maybe they are all really selfish players and have one-track minds. Or maybe you feel like you're the one doing all the emotional heavy lifting in your dating and relationships. Maybe you're constantly wondering where you stand with him. He's on your mind all day, but not in a good way that feels exciting. Instead, it's that anxious, overthinking, does he like me as much as I like him vibe. Why hasn't he reached out yet? Am I doing too much or not enough? And you find yourself holding back from sending maybe that playful text or suggesting a fun date idea, afraid that it'll come off as needy or push him away. And sometimes you feel like you're bending over backward, changing who you are, being overly accommodating, or even ignoring red flags and making excuses for behavior you would never want in a man just to prove you're the one for him. Does this sound familiar? You've tried all the advice out there, playing hard to get, being super feminine, being a good girl, or being a black cat, but none of these strategies actually worked. Sure, they may have gotten a guy's attention for a little while, but it always felt fake and inauthentic. It didn't feel sustainable. You weren't being yourself, and how long were you supposed to do that for? You see, no one has told you this, but that's the wrong way to go about connecting with a man, because you get busy doing just that. Giving, doing, chasing, bending over backwards. It's just external strategy about you. You just want to meet a great guy and you want to just have that special person in your life, right? You're ready to love a man now. You know you'll treat him so well and he'll benefit from having you in his life, and vice versa. You know the value of a man and being in a partnership with a supportive, loving, masculine partner, but it never goes anywhere. It's frustrating. There's a spark and then it just fizzles out. Or maybe you're not even meeting men that you're attracted to, which is even more frustrating. And to make it worse, you see other women happily in love with their person. And here you are, you've done all the healing work, you have a great career, you love your life, you love yourself. Why isn't it happening for you? Well, there's something deeper going on here. No, you're not broken. It's so much simpler than that. But you won't see it and understand it until you're truly ready for love. So if that's you, if you're ready for love, if you're ready for this year to be the year that you meet the perfect man for you, you're in the right place. You're going to really benefit from this training if that's you. So here's the truth. It's about the way that you're showing up with him, and he's simply responding to how you're showing up. That's throwing things off, and it's making him not see you as the one. It's making him think he's not the right guy for you. And guess what? It's not about your worth. It's about the dynamic he's experiencing in the relationship between you two when you guys are together and when you're apart. Today, we're going to unpack this belief that men have to do the choosing and that you have to be perfect for him to pick you, or any of these limiting beliefs. I'm going to show you why men are crazy attracted to women who bring out the winner in him and exactly what that means. Because when a man feels like he's winning with you, he'll move mountains to have you and commit to you. He will see you as a prize that he wants now. Okay, I'm going to dig into all of this more in just a little bit. And of course, how to use the information that you learn here without ever having to chase him, prove your worth, lower your standards, or change who you are. So instead of having this amazing life you've created and spending it alone and it not being as fulfilling or attracting a man based on this false version of yourself, I'm going to get you to a very different place when it comes to love, men, and relationships. And you're going to stop wasting your time always being distracted by the new dating tactics someone on Instagram ads or TikTok is selling you to try to guess and see if this is the new magic love potion. You get the point. Here's where I'm going to get you. You're going to get to experience the peace, safety, and certainty of transforming your mindset for love, connection, and trust that a loyal and loving relationship needs from you, giving you the confidence, calmness, and freedom that comes from knowing that you can always rely on yourself to attract and deeply connect with the kind of man that you deeply desire. Whether it's more attention, affection, or even financial support, you'll have it from him. Plus, you're not going to lose out on being super successful, enjoying your career, earning a great income, following your faith, or being yourself. You get to have it all. Okay, so very quickly, who am I and how do I know what I'm talking about? And how dare I say that you've been doing it wrong? My name is Anabell Ingleton, and I'm a feminine leadership coach. I've been a coach for over 5 years, and I've been studying behavior and behavior change for over 20 years. I'm formally trained and certified in a subconscious healing modality that has helped hundreds of men and women transform their lives and their relationship with their past so they can create the dream lives today. I've helped hundreds of women and some great men get unstuck when it comes to love and finally be seen as a prize in the opposite gender's eyes. And as a coach, I've helped hundreds of people finally take massive action in the areas of their lives they were never able to before and create the exact result they wanted. Personally, I've used my methods to lose over 25 pounds in just 4 months, start a coaching business that's very successful, and had it thrive even during the pandemic. And I care for me and my 3 daughters all on my own. But before my coaching career, I was married to a great man. And honestly, I stopped doing what worked with him, making him a winner. What happened with my ex-husband is what happened with every other man in my life and what I don't want to happen to you. Okay, this is going to hurt, but I'll share a tiny bit. I was the epitome of what Alison Armstrong called a frog farmer. I turned every great man that I met and was totally into me into a frog. Yep, a frog. I took him from Prince Charming to Froggy McFroggerson. Every man I met. So what I'm trying to say is I took a winner and instead I brought out the worst in him. He started out generous, attentive, consistent, and I watched him turn frustrated, cold, distant, avoidant. He stopped planning and stopped leading. He stopped being proud to be with me. Instead of bringing out his protector, I brought out this defensiveness. Instead of leadership, I triggered his passivity. I didn't understand it at the time, but my fear, my control, and my overfunctioning, my inability to relax and receive, made him shrink into a frog. I emasculated him with my tone, with my constant corrections, and with my need to prove that I was independent and fine without him. And then I would cry, wondering what happened to the sweet, romantic man I first met. But now I know. I didn't meet a frog. I just never created the conditions for the man to stay a prince and become a king. My energy told him, you're not needed. You're not trusted. You can't win here. And men don't stay where they feel like losers or failures. When I look back, it's all so clear now, but I'm still surprised. I didn't see it back then. I'd be having fun with a guy or in a relationship and things would go from hot to cold and I never understood why. And because I always thought the solution was outside of me, getting a great guy to love me, I always thought the problem was too. It must be the guy. I would never admit that I had anything to do with it. And frankly, I didn't think I did. Men were always the issue. If they would just act right and keep loving me all the time, we'd be happy and in love. This continued until after 7 years of my marriage, I quit on my husband and decided we needed a divorce. And it was my biggest wake-up call. Something that I wanted and had dreamt of my entire life, meeting my soulmate, falling head over heels in love with a man that worshiped the ground I walked on, and getting married was ruined yet again. And I had everything to do with it. I was mortified, depressed, and terrified. Starting life all over this time, though, with 3 daughters to care for and now being in my 40s. I'm an independent woman who's accomplished a lot in life, but relationships were always a different story. I always felt like I was leading, doing all the work. Men kept things casual or they stopped mid-pursuit, or I was constantly pursued by men I wasn't even attracted to. After that, I started dating again, and the same pattern showed up. I was so frustrated, confused, and tired of men not stepping up. I was attracting all these feminine guys, and it sent me straight into doing the deep work and honestly looking at myself to understand why this pattern was consistently happening. I read books, watched YouTube videos, talked with girlfriends, used my own willpower, journaling, meditation, psychics, microdosing, psychedelics, therapy, energy healing, church, God, you name it, I tried it. That's when I looked back to see how I actually attracted my husband, because the connection started off really strong. He pursued me, fell in love, made things exclusive, and asked me to marry him really quickly. I studied our dating life meticulously, and I remembered what I did, who I was back then, and how I showed up with him. It was so obvious why he wanted me. I also dove deep into understanding how men and women fall in love and stay in love. Through my deep research, I finally got it. I compared my experience with what the science said, and it was spot on. So I mapped it all out. I created and began using what I now call the winner method. I taught it to my twin sister and a few female clients, and they thrived. Suddenly, men were approaching us, pursuing us, asking us out, wanting to commit. I did less, and men began doing all the work. And I relaxed into my feminine role that people always talk about, but I never knew how to access. I finally experienced the love and respect that I always dreamt of, what I always saw other women enjoying. It was like I flipped on an internal switch that made men see me and react to me totally differently. They wanted to love me, see me, give me things, text me, give me compliments, commit to me. I was shocked. This was not the case for me before, I promise. I always used to believe that men were intimidated by me because I was told that I was a catch, but was never caught. Man never approached me. I chalked it up to being intimidating. But this all changed when I applied the winner method framework. So, how could a framework change me so much that is apparent to men and it evokes a different behavior in them? I shared this with my clients and it started transforming their relationships using the same method. And I know it will change your love life too. After so much trial and error, I finally experienced men and love the way I knew it was possible. And I went from being scared to date men after my divorce being finalized to being in such a fun and exciting relationship with a man that treats me like gold, takes me to amazing places, always opens doors, and wanted to commit to me very quickly. I mean, he was talking about marriage after the first date. Okay, so how did I do this and how did my clients? Like my client Rachel said, before learning the winner method, I kept ending up in casual surface level relationships. Men would start off hot, but then they'd pull away, say they weren't ready, or just keep things casual. It felt like no matter how much I gave, it was never enough. I found Anabell and the winner method, and I completely shifted my approach. I stopped trying to prove my worth and started applying everything I learned from the winner method. Men pursued me, and it felt so natural. The man I'm seeing now steps up, plans dates, and tells me how he feels lucky to have me in his life. And I feel relaxed, adored, and confident. And I know I'll never settle again. So great, right? So I wanted you to see that now, but I want you to know that it really is truly possible for them and for you. So let's get moving, shall we? Here's what we're going to cover in this class. 1, the 4 biggest mistakes women make that cause men to lose interest and pull away. 2, why emotionally available men pursue, commit, and bond with certain women and how to become one of them. How to stop over-functioning in relationships and naturally attract a man who leads, invests, and adores you. And 4, the secret to becoming the woman he wants to commit to and never risk losing. All right, so let's start with the 4 things most women do to win a man over that actually push him away. Mistake number 1. You pursue him and control the pace of the relationship. You initiate texts, plan the dates, check in when he's quiet. You think that if you just show how much you care or make things easier for him, he'll see your value and choose you. Sound familiar? You send the just checking in text when he pulls away. You offer to drive him, rearrange your schedule to fit his, or nudge him when he forgets to confirm plans. And when you don't hear from him for a few hours, your chest tightens and you double text just to relieve the anxiety. But when you pursue a man, you take away the one thing his masculine core craves, the pursuit itself. To him, this doesn't feel loving. It feels like pressure, like you don't trust him to lead or decide what he wants. And that subtle message, it makes him feel disrespected, unneeded, small. Here's what you need to know. Men bond through pursuit. It's what activates his masculine energy. It's how he invests. It's how he decides you're the one. Mistake number 2, you lower your standards. You ignore red flags, justify bad behavior, and stay in situations you've outgrown just because he says he likes you or because you're tired of being alone. Let me give you an example. You tell yourself it's okay that he hasn't introduced you to his friends after 3 months. He's just private. You excuse his inconsistency because he's busy at work. You stay because at least he's not cheating, even though your needs go unmet and you're not even sure what you're building with him. But here's the truth. Men are wired to work for what they want. When you drop your standards to make him comfortable, you don't look generous. You look like low value. You rob him of the challenge that awakens his masculine drive. Mistake number 3, you lead with your accomplishments. You highlight your independence, your success, your self-sufficiency. You think if he sees how great your life is, he'll want to be part of it. But here's what it sounds like to him. You say, I've got the bill. You tell him you don't need help. You're not looking for anything serious, and you're totally fine doing things on your own. You try to make him feel safe by being low maintenance. You pride yourself on not needing anything because you've got it on your own. But in doing so, you erase yourself and his role. Masculine men want to add to your life, not stand on the sidelines of it. When you do this, he doesn't feel like there's a meaningful place for him in your world, and he won't bond. Not because you're intimidating, but because he doesn't know how to matter to you when you have it all covered. Mistake number 4, you try to fix or change him. You see his potential, you see the good in him. He just needs a little help, a little direction, a little encouragement, and you'll both be happy. But to a man, that doesn't feel loving. It feels like rejection. You suggest a podcast he should listen to. You help rewrite his resume. You bring up his avoidant attachment style on the second date. You're trying to connect, but what he hears is you're not good enough. When a man senses you're trying to mold him into someone else, he shuts down. You stop being his soft place to land and start feeling like a threat, like a competitor. And this is what he does. He'll protect himself, not because he doesn't care, but because it's instinctive. And even if he's drawn to you, if he feels like he's constantly failing in your eyes, like he's not good enough, he'll walk away to preserve his identity. If you've done any of these things, you're not alone. I've done every single one, and it's not your fault. You see, most strong, successful, smart, independent women were taught that love is something you earn by giving more, doing more, being everything, and making up the difference for what others don't have. But here's the truth. Men do not fall in love, pursue you, or are attracted to you because of what you do for them. They fall in love through what they get to do for you. Yep. Let's talk about how secure, masculine, emotionally available men actually fall in love. Masculine, emotionally available men are internally motivated. They act based on their inner identity, who they believe they are. And who he is at his core, he's 1, a hunter. He goes after what he wants. 2, he's a protector. He safeguards what he values. 3, he's a provider. He gives, builds, and invests in things he wants. And 4, he's a pursuer. He wants to earn his place in your life. You see, men don't fall for women who make it easy. They fall for the woman who makes them feel capable, powerful, successful, like a winner in their presence. Because here's the secret. Men stay in environments that bring out the best parts of themselves. If being around you makes him feel unnecessary, unappreciated, or like a failure, he will associate you with those feelings. And he won't just pull away, he'll feel relieved when he does. So what do you do instead? You don't need scripts, strategies, or rules. You need to shift the energy that you bring into the relationship. You need to become the kind of woman who awakens the provider, pursuer, and protector in him. You need to activate his winner instinct. And you do it by allowing these 4 things to happen when you guys are together. 1, he needs to pursue you. This is how men bond. Let him initiate, let him choose you. 2, he needs to feel challenged, not through games, not through drama or chaos, but through your standards. He needs to earn your trust and effort. 3, he needs to give his time, energy, resources, affection, plans. When a man gives, he feels invested. And when he invests, he attaches. And 4, he needs to feel like he's winning, like he's making you happy, like he's succeeding at love with you. When a man experiences those 4 things, he feels like the man he wants to be. He feels powerful, purposeful, masculine, and he will associate those feelings with you. That's what opens his heart. That's what makes him stay. Here's what most strong, successful, smart, independent women don't realize. When you do all the work, when you make it easy, when you never need anything, it's not easier for him. It's harder, because men don't bond through your perfection or you making it easy. They bond through their contribution. When he can't pursue, protect, or provide, he doesn't feel like a man. He feels like a failure. And no man stays in an environment that makes him feel like a little boy. Let this land. Men want love. Men want commitment. But they stay with the woman who makes them feel like men, like winners. Because that woman gives them something no one else can: a purpose, a place, a home. When a man feels like he can win with you, when he feels like his efforts matter, like his presence is valued, like he makes your life better, that's when his heart opens. That's when he stops entertaining other women. That's when he stops pulling away. That's when he chooses you fully and never looks back. Because no man walks away from the woman who makes him feel like the man he wants to be. And now that you've seen how his effort is the secret to real attraction, let me show you the exact method I created to help you activate his pursuit, his challenge, his emotional connection, and commitment, all without chasing him, performing, or second guessing yourself. It's called the Winner Method, and it's specifically designed for strong, successful, smart, independent women who are done trying to be enough for love and are ready to be chosen from a place of calm confidence. In the Winner Method program, you become a source of his success versus the reason he's failing. Inside the Winner Method, you'll discover 1, the 3 pivotal stages that every man must go through to fall in love. You'll learn the exact stages a man must pass through to fully bond, attach, and commit to you, and how to recognize where your connection is right now. If you skip any of these stages, you'll always feel like he's slipping through your fingers. But if you guide him through them, he'll naturally pursue you with clarity, energy, and devotion. 2, you'll learn how to inspire his pursuit without pretending to be someone you're not. You'll learn exactly how to embody that kind of energy that draws him closer without chasing, performing, or playing games. When you stop trying to be more and start being open and receptive, you naturally awaken his drive to win you and keep you. 3, you'll learn the 5 sexy spaces that make him feel challenged in a good way. These are the energetic spaces where a man feels intrigued, inspired, and magnetized towards you like a magnet. They make him think about you when you're not around, miss you, and crave your presence, because being with you feels like a compelling experience, not an obligation. Spoiler alert, these have nothing to do with sex or what you look like. 4, you'll learn the 3 chemical reactions that make him bond to you like glue. You'll learn the neuroscience behind male bonding, how to spark the natural brain-based responses that make him emotionally attached to you. No manipulation, just subconscious alignment. 4, you'll learn how to create emotional connection through challenge, not through control. You'll discover how to be emotionally safe without being overly available, and how a healthy level of challenge creates trust, respect, and deep intimacy. This is how you stay soft and open without lowering your standards or overgiving. And 5, you'll learn how to become the one by activating his masculine instinct. You'll learn how to stop competing, convincing, and chasing, and start activating the part of him that knows you're the woman he's been searching for. When you do this right, he doesn't need to be told to step up. He just naturally feels called to. And most importantly, you'll walk away knowing how to create a love where his masculine drive meets your open heart, where he feels like a man and you feel deeply adored. And the relationship unfolds in a way that feels safe, passionate, and aligned for both of you. Here's what the program includes inside: 4 value-packed video modules. Each module teaches you exactly how to, 1, activate his pursuit, make him chase, initiate, and lead without games. 2, module 2 is challenge him in a way that inspires his commitment, be the woman that he wants to work for and win. Module 3 is inspire him to give and invest so you can receive more attention, effort, and care without asking. Module 4, you'll learn how to make him feel like he's winning with you. This is the secret to lasting love. When he feels like a success with you, he stays forever. You'll get the bonus module, the never to-do list. These are the subtle behaviors that kill his desire to commit, even if he likes you. You'll end self-sabotage and stop repelling secure, emotionally available men without realizing it. You'll get cheat sheets for every module, plug and play checklists, and prompts to help you embody the method in real life dating moments. Think of it as your personal "what do I do now" guide for every phase of dating. You'll also get the full audio version of the program so you can listen on the go. Whether you're driving, walking, or getting ready for a date, you have it. And best of all, it's only $47 when you get the program today. So here's what happens when you use the winner method. When a man is pursuing you, he texts first, he follows up, he makes the plans, he's intentional with your time and clear about his interest. You feel like he's moving the connection forward, not keeping it in limbo. This is what you feel when a man is giving to you. He brings you things, solves problems, offers support, protection, attention. You feel chosen, prioritized, and emotionally held. This is what it looks like when a man takes the lead. He says, "I want to see you. Are you free this Friday?" He initiates the hard conversations. He includes you in his future. He creates emotional safety through his direction. And eventually he looks at you and says, "I don't want to lose you. I want you to be mine." And in that moment, something shifts in you. You'll never again ask, "Does he like me? Does he want to see me? Where is this going?" Because the answer is obvious, because you feel it in every single moment that you guys are together, every interaction, every move that he makes. And here's the part no one talks about. When a man feels like a winner with you, he doesn't see you as a competitor. He sees you as a companion, his safe place, his secret weapon. You become the source of his success versus the reason he's failing. He feels like more of a man because of your presence, more focused, more alive, more driven, and he'll associate you with his expansion. That's the kind of woman a man commits to. That's the kind of love that elevates both of you. And the best part, he'll think he did it all on his own, that he won you, that he rose for you, that he made it happen. And you'll smile to yourself because you were the woman who knew how to create the space. You had the blueprint. This is the winner method. So if you're ready to stop settling, stop overfunctioning, and finally be pursued by a man who meets you emotionally, the winner method is your next step. Let's make this the moment you stop trying harder in love and start winning with men who are actually available. Click below to get instant access to the winner method now. I'll see you inside.